Tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all. How much you're holding back on me when you say you're giving all. And in the dungeons of your mind, who you got chained to the wall. Well, tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all. Did you plant your feet on higher ground to avoid life's mud and stone? Did you ever kick a good man when he was down, just to make yourself feel strong? Well, tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all. Tomorrow just might be too late. Now is the time to get your jumbo mind straight and seek a new design. Did you ever walk before a crippled man, pretending you were lame? And what made you think one feeble hymn to God was gonna make him call your name? Tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all, brothers and sisters. Tell it all, brother, before we fall. Tell it all.
Bar in Toledo, across from the depot, on a bar stool she took off her ring. I thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and asked her her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, but I finally quit living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter, and here ever after, I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, and I closely watched him. I thought how he looked out of place. He came to the woman who sat there beside me. He had a strange look on his face. The big hands were calloused, he looked like a mountain. For a minute I thought I was dead. But he started shaking, his big heart was breaking. He turned to the woman and said, You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. After he left us, I ordered more whiskey. I thought how she'd made him look small. From the lights of the bar room to a rented hotel room, we walked without talking at all. She was a beauty, but when she came to me, she must have thought I'd lost my mind. I couldn't hold her, 'cause the words that he told her kept coming back time after time. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucy, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille, with 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times, but this time your hurting won't heal. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. You picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille.
There's a yellow rose in Texas I'm going home to see. Though other men have held her, her heart belongs to me.
You've traveled down some dusty roads, slept out in the rain, but this yellow rose is always here when you come home again.
She knows I've done some hard times.
You stumbled and you fell, I just kept your pride from dying.
You saved my soul from hell. She's a diamond of the desert. She's a golden flower in spring. She's a yellow rose in Texas. She can make a man a king. There's a yellow rose in Texas. She knows the dues I've paid, and I'm going home to tell her I wish I'd never strayed.
You couldn't see beyond yourself, you paid